Now, we all know that washing our hands and social distancing can help keep COVID at bay, but now some groundbreaking technology promises to disinfect surfaces and kill bacteria in just a few minutes.
UVC Light is being trialled at various offices, train stations and hospital wards around the country in an attempt to zap germs and even filter the air around us. We sent our cameras out to find out more.
Post-COVID, millions of us are getting used to our workplaces being very different. But temperature checks and one-way systems are just the start. This central London office is pioneering the use of a particular type of light to keep the virus at bay.
Research has shown that a specific dose and wavelength of UV light is effective at killing SARS-CoV-2, which is the virus responsible for COVID-19.
But this spectacularly effective virus buster isn't the type of UV light we're familiar with. Dan Arnold works in sales of UV light and has been studying UVC light for 15 years.
UVA and B reaches us here on Earth, whereas UVC is filtered out by the ozone layer. It's very harmful to the skin and the eyes, so you can't have any personal exposure, but it's used artificially as a way of disinfecting air and surfaces.
UVC light would never normally reach our planet, and that's a good thing, as too much of it can kill. Terrifying as that might sound, that deadly force has been put to good use. And this facilities management company is using it to sterilise its boardroom under the watchful eye of Chief Operating Officer Dan Guest.
These units you can see on the ceiling are our direct UVC system. They basically put out really strong UVC light when nobody's in the room that cleans all the surfaces of germs. We need to know this system works, and we also need to give people confidence. And to do that, we just use a simple UVC dosage sticker like this. This measures the level of UVC that's touched the surfaces in the room.
The sticker starts yellow in colour, and after 15 minutes of exposure of UVC, it turns green.
It means that the system's worked, the surfaces are clean, any viruses are gone, and people can come into our boardroom and get on with their day.
This system is only safe to use on surfaces whilst the room is empty. In fact, the unit won't even switch on if it senses someone inside. But if you're tempted to get yourself a UVC light to ensure your home is COVID-free, beware.
UVC as a technology is effective, but it's about having the right wavelength and the right exposure to do so. A lot of these cheaper units that people have found online is ineffective or potentially dangerous for anybody using it. So we'd warn the general public not to use this kind of equipment.
To see just how effective this light is at killing microorganisms, we put it to the test. We swabbed an office door handle to collect germs. Then we blasted the door handle with UVC light and swabbed it again. We left the two samples for 7 days to find out whether UVC light succeeded in killing the bacteria. In the meantime, it's all well and good sterilising surfaces, but as we know, COVID travels through the air as well. Meet the torpedo.
This is our air-based system. Basically works with a small fan that pulls the air into the unit. The unit's sealed to keep people nice and safe, and the UV light inside eradicates the viruses, germs, before it pumps fresh air back out into the office.
As well as killing the virus, devices like these have a psychological benefit too.
When people first came back in, there was the intrigue of what are these strange torpedoes around the room, but people have engaged with it. They can hear the little hum in the background, they can see the units working, because we want people to feel safe and comfortable and see that something's actually operating in the space.
Back at the lab, the results are in. The swabs on these plates that got blasted by UVC light show no signs of bacteria, but these plates that didn't get blasted show bacteria growing. Proof this tech works, and it's a good thing too, as it's not just swanky offices using it. Charing Cross Station Manager Emily Haggard is overseeing an installation in the public toilets.
We are hoping that passenger confidence will increase if they see the units and see all the enhanced cleaning regimes we've got across the station. These units are really obvious, they show the UV light, and we hope that that will give people confidence to start travelling.
Hello.
UVC light was also used at the Brit Awards this year to disinfect the O2 Arena. At Heathrow Airport, it's used by a robot to disinfect 18,000 square metres in 2 hours. London Underground is using it to clean its escalator handrails. And there are even ATMs using UVC light to disinfect our banknotes. Used correctly, UVC light is helping life go back to normal. But even more than that, it may be key to protecting us from other new viruses in the future.
It's a very fast and effective method of disinfection, and I think it's something that will really take off over the next few years in the UK.
It is absolutely incredible technology. I know Dr. Poonen was watching that with interest. Something like that, Poonen, could it mean the end to COVID?
Well, I think right now we just need to do everything and find every way that we can to just get the world back to normal. But watching that, there is limited published data at the moment about the exact sort of dose of wavelength and duration of exposure of the UVC to actually inactivate the COVID virus. But, this is fascinating. It's revolutionary science, and it's exciting because ultimately, at the moment, we've got things in our armoury already, washing our hands, keeping our surfaces clean, wearing our face coverings, but to be able to get back into big mass, places, events, having stuff like this to make us feel safe is just what's needed. So exciting.
It certainly is. All the help we can get, really. We'll see you later for Strictly Fitness. Thanks for now.
Will do.